I can't say suffer, but we've been dealing with pain for 22 years now. And we would just like, for a closure to know the whereabouts of Antonio.
Antonio Taylor vanished from his grandmother's house in Shelbyville in September of 1999. His mom remembers going to pick him up for a job interview that afternoon. She found his clothes laid out along with his pager, but no sign of Taylor.
It started worrying me later on, about 3 or 4 o'clock, when nobody seen her tell of him, especially around time for his boys to get out of daycare, which I picked them up. And it just started worrying me then, because he didn't, no contact from him, no hear, no nothing from him. So that then it started putting a worry.
On the day he went missing, Taylor's grandmother says he was home before she left to work around 11 that morning. Around noon that day, her son went home for lunch and reported seeing Taylor leave after getting a phone call. That was the last time Taylor would ever be seen.
It was a friend, I was told, that had picked him up that day. He left with a friend, supposed to have been a friend anyway, and hadn't been seen since then.
His family says police waited 72 hours to begin searching for Taylor. They began their own search, driving around and asking friends if they'd seen any sign of Taylor. Now, 22 years later, his mother and grandmother are still empty-handed.
It's hard, but God gives us the strength to keep on going. And it's hard, we think, and sometimes we think, and I think that, it's people in my face that know what goes on, but they won't own to it, or won't say nothing, or come forward with it, that they do know, but they just won't. But I think of it like this: put yourself in our shoes, but God gives us strength, and it's gonna come open one day. It's gonna come to life.
They remember him best as a loving father who always had a smile on his face and cared deeply about his two boys, who were 1 and 2 when he disappeared.
When I pray, I ask God, whenever you do reveal, please let us still be living. And so I can't say when or anything like that, but I just have the feeling it is going to be revealed. I may not be around, but I hope so.
Taylor would now be 43 years old. He was 5'10" and had a 4-inch scar on his left arm. His family wants to emphasize that any information can remain anonymous. If you have any tips, you're asked to call the Shelbyville Police Department. Their number is 931-684-5811. Nikki McGee, News 2.